Working Man Radio.
Your soul is dog.
That's right.
You're an emotional fucking.
That's right.
I don't know any more than what I'm telling you, other than I lie. I flat out freaking lie.
That's right. It's time for Rush Limbaugh's Lie of the Day.
Every single thing about you is ugly.
Why do I do this? That's the question. Why do I do this? I'm going to tell you why I do this. Right now, there's a huge fight in Washington. Right now, what they're threatening to do is to shut down the government. And by that, let me explain what that means. Who is out driving the bus? Who is out whipping up support for the congressional Republicans? Rush Limbaugh. Rush Limbaugh and his listeners. Listen to me, there are 50 million people out there. There are 50 million people out there whose political views are influenced by Rush Limbaugh. 50 million people. We are in a civil war in this country. A cold civil war. They are out to undo the social democratic mixed economy that we've had for the last 80 years that has worked very well. They're out to undo it. They want to turn this country into Brazil. And why do they want to do that? Because Rush Limbaugh has convinced them. And when I say Rush Limbaugh, personally, has convinced these people of an ideology that does not work, but they don't know it doesn't work because they're not getting any information out there about how well it works because nobody's telling them. We need an army. We need an army to walk into the war that's going on at the water cooler at work, that's going on at the loading dock during lunchtime, when the ditto heads are spouting their bullcorn. And you need to be out there spouting back. There's a rule. We need a rule. Never let a piece of ditto head propaganda pass anybody's lips without speaking up and against it. Don't let a ditto head talk without opposing him. We need millions of people who, if a ditto head opens his mouth, the guy next to him says, "No, you're wrong, here's why." Let me show you some of the crap that you're going to hear. Let's just listen to some of the crap. You're going to hear it. You're going to hear it. I heard Rush Limbaugh say it, and that means you're going to hear that guy by the water cooler say it. Listen to this.
Okay, what can Obama do that I can't? I cannot give you 99 weeks of unemployment. I cannot give you a cell phone. I cannot give you or make you think I'm going to give you health care. I cannot give you food stamps. I can't buy you. I cannot purchase your support.
Now, you have heard this, right? The Democrats are giving things away to people for nothing. That health care is not a legitimate cost of doing business, and that working people who don't have it deserve it. That health care is not something that a working man deserves to be able to provide his family. The Democrats are just buying votes. Let me show you how the Democrats buy votes. The Democrats buy votes by creating economic conditions that create jobs. That's the answer. I just gave you the answer. When you hear somebody say, well, they're just buying votes, you say, that's right. They buy votes by creating economic conditions that create jobs and lower unemployment and higher GDP growth. Right? The top three in GDP growth were Johnson, Kennedy, Johnson, Harry Truman, Bill Clinton. Those are the top three in gross domestic product growth. You know who's number 4 on the list? Reagan. Yes, Reagan's 4. He's in the top 50%. Wow. You know who's number 5? Jimmy Carter. The 4 worst presidents in terms of GDP growth are all Republicans. You know who left office with the lowest unemployment? 1, Harry Truman. 2, Lyndon Johnson. 3, Bill Clinton. Oh, the same people that created high GDP growth. That's right. That's right. The 3 best are Democrats. No Republican has ever left office with unemployment under 5%. Write that down. Tell somebody that. Tell them that at the water cooler. 3 Democrats have. Democrats have created 25 million more jobs than Republicans since the end of World War II. That's right. That's right. And jobs are being created now in the Obama administration. Some say they're not very good jobs. Yes, the unemployment rate is coming down slowly. And why is that? We know that it's historical fact that the Republicans have opposed and tried to obstruct every economic policy of this administration. Why? Why have they tried to? Because, well, it's going to wreck the economy. What? Like every other Democrat. Sorry, you're wrong. They've obstructed President Obama's economic agenda because President Obama's economic agenda will work like every other Democrat's. Tell people that at the water cooler. They don't know it. They don't know these numbers. I know these numbers off the top of my head. I repeat them all the time. Are you repeating them? I need 1 million people repeating these numbers. 1 million people. Let's hear the next incantation of this. I'm going to show you some things about this frame. I'm going to give you something else to tell them. Listen to this.
He has to give away citizenship. He has to give away phones. He has to give away food stamps, welfare, health care. He is perceived to be giving everybody whatever they want.
Right, unless they want a job. Right? Democrats aren't perceived as helping people get jobs, but they do. Meanwhile, all that stuff that Limbaugh just told you about, like Obama's giving away food stamps. Obama hasn't, food stamps aren't new. This isn't new. Obama has not changed the rules of food stamps. Obama has not expanded the food stamp program. Obama has not created some new eligibility for food stamps. Food stamps are the same. It's the same program they've always been. The reason more people are on food stamps is because of the Great Recession that George W. Bush left us, the latest in a long line of Republican recessions. There's a phrase for you, Republican recession. The last Republican recession, right? Every Republican leaves office with recession. Tell people that at the water cooler. We are coming out of yet another. There's a phrase for you, yet another Republican recession. Say it to me. Let's say it over and over. Yet another Republican recession. We are in yet another. We have just finished yet another Republican recession. Oh, yes. Back when George H.W., that was yet another Republican recession. Nixon and Ford was yet another Republican recession. Eisenhower left yet another Republican recession to John F. Kennedy. That's right. Even Eisenhower. Everybody says, oh, we had prosperity in the 50s. No, we didn't. We had prosperity in the early 50s, the first 3 years of which were under President Truman. And we went into recession in 1957, and we stayed in it until 1963. We had Eisenhower left the same stagnant, slow-growth economy that every Republican leaves. And this son of a bitch They just act like Republicans are so good with the economy, and they suck at the economy. And that's what you need to say there when somebody pretends like, those Democrats just don't understand economics. Wrong. Speak up. You're wrong, sir. You, by the water cooler, wrong. Every Republican presidency has ended in recession and high unemployment. Every single one. And that's a fact. Even Reagan Bush. Barack Obama has always talked about doing what Democrats always do. Create jobs and an expanding economy and prosperity so that people can take care of themselves. You see, Rush Limbaugh says, we think people ought to take care of themselves, but the Republicans never create an economy that makes that easy. And what does that tell you? I'm Joe Lyles. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.
You've been listening to Working Man Radio with Joe Lyles at joelylesradio.com.
Your soul is dope.
The Rush Limbaugh Lie of the Day, 5 days a week at joelylesradio.com.
Every single fucking thing about you is dope.